and you are into community building and all. So, sorry for that. So, what are your thoughts on this? What came into your mind initially when you heard about this thing, and what type of information or what type of inputs you want to give?
Actually, I have a question for you actually before I say anything about the magazine.
Okay.
What inspired you to put the name of the magazine as hashtag magazine?
Actually, see, I always try to. I'm always into the branding kind of thing. Whenever I used to write, create domain names and all, I used to get into a kind where it should be replicating or it should go very synonymous with people. Like hashtag is something like most of the digital marketers know that, and hashtag is something which you want to tag someone, you want to address someone. So I felt that name was very catchy, and I felt that it will be easy to recall. First thing, the recall value is very high, and most of the people when they're posting something, if it has to reach more people, we have to do hashtag. We have to use hashtag. So
Hmm.
that way, I think, though I'm not a heavy social media user, but yeah, so that I thought this is one word which can actually very well fit into this thing. That's the idea actually on that.
That's really nice to hear. I've just seen the magazine on your group so far. It's been, I think, a couple of weeks I've been added over there. So good job, man. First of all, to even have an initiative, that's the big thing which a lot of us are lacking. So somebody takes an initiative, I really appreciate that. And secondly, I think we discussed it over the call also a couple of days back that to have a slightly different approach rather than just only personally brand yourself, to
Hmm.
have an umbrella brand and try and get niche marketers in and try and represent them through this magazine. That's something really cool. Yeah, and apart from that, see, all it's a piece of content at the end of the day. And whenever I see content, automatically there are strategies for content distribution that start flowing through my brain. So I just have like the best of wishes for you, and like during this session or maybe after it, happy to sit and brainstorm on how you can introduce this magazine to new and new places. For example, say there are a lot of people who are going to consume content online. You have a landing page where people can go and download this magazine. I think it's been pinned to this group,
Yeah,
but to see it actually printed and then put out into the library section of schools and institutes, that will be something different actually. Like I think that will be like exploring a niche which not everybody does, and by default everybody wants to learn digital marketing, they go online, but there's a huge section of people who are still not aware of digital marketing, who are more comfortable offline.
yeah,
And yeah, I think reaching out to them through libraries would be like kind of the traditional way of doing magazine marketing in any case.
yeah.
Just my
Thank you, Jayanji. That's really some insightful inputs you have provided. When coming to the offline version, yeah, I'm not really looking to spread a word about digital marketing to the newbies, but this hashtag is about already seasoned marketers are there, or at least budding level marketers are there who know the game already, but they want to up the game and they want to be abreast with the trends, what's happening, what's the best practice. Like one simple hack you share can definitely solve a lot of money and lot of time for Tarun and me. Likewise, one simple hack Tarun shares can save a lot of time and money for you and me. So that's where actually I'm aiming at, and I wanted to be really that you already shown me a dream, like that magazine hard copy, and that hard copy to be in the places in a big companies, in big organizations, in their library. If it is sitting down in the marketing department, that's the real proud moment. If you all go there, that level of thinking, I did not think that far, but with you putting that thoughts in my mind, now I think we should start thinking about it and ideating, and then keep hustling about it without being taking a break. That's what I think. So yeah, before we go ahead again, I wanted to ask. As we have expert people, we are not just here to talk about just the magazine. We want to anyhow. Experts are there who are having their own areas of expertise. So I would like to ask Tarun. Like in the e-commerce digital marketing is concerned, what do you want to share to the digital marketing community? Anything specific, like how they should approach this thing? Like what are the real challenges right now, or now with the corona this thing happening, many small businesses want to go into the e-commerce space. So there's lots happening over there. So for upcoming marketers or small businesses, what would be your advice regarding this e-commerce digital marketing? Can you summarize it?
Yeah, so I mean, you've asked me a series of questions. So, and every question will, invite to different perspective. So, like one of the thing you asked that what is the effect of this ongoing COVID-19 crisis uh, on the let's say e-commerce domain?
Yeah.
So there are a couple of things to be, to be focused upon. One is the size. So if you're a big size brand, okay, and if you're predominantly working, or if you're predominantly getting revenue online only, you don't have any offline space. And if you are not in, now anyways, it's the delivery is, available across whether you are not is coming under essential, non-essential, right? But for first 2 months at least, those who were in essential category, they were still relieved because even if they deliver 70%, 80%, they're still okay to at least let the business go. Let the business run. So, so what happens is if you were in coming under essential, you were better placed in the first couple of months. So one of our client was into coffee. So even for I think for a couple of days only we paused their campaign, but that particular client we kept it running throughout the crisis, and it's going very strong even now. So
Okay.
first your segment. If your segment is coming under essential in this particular time, it's a boon because people may stop, buying a lot of clothes, a lot of other things which you may not require on a daily basis, but you would buy coffee or you would buy something which is, which is consumed on a daily basis. So that's one part. So if you are coming under essential, still, I think they are showing growth. Even I would use that word. They are showing growth. They're not even stagnant. But what happens if you're coming under non-essential? Then definitely the market is bit slow for those category. The reason is apparent. People don't want to buy anything anything under the sun. They just want to focus on essential. The worst is if you're into premium category. So if you're into premium category for any reason, let's say premium footwear, premium apparels, or any particular niche which comes in a premium category, there's still a bigger impact to see. Now, what happens if you are a if you are into e-commerce or you want to start something from a client perspective that somebody wants to start business in e-commerce, then what are
Yeah.
the things we need to we need to focus upon? So I can tell you like they're still the ways are same. You can start t-shirt store related to accessories. I understand there is a lot of stuff going on this China India basis, but the reality is it's going to take a while before we get before even we could dream of insulating ourselves from China. We are very hugely dependent on China for our businesses. Yes, it would make sense to start things today itself, but it's going to take a while. So yeah, try to do something as long as uh, we also do not get affect economically, as long
Yeah.
as things are in control. Now what happens is when you're starting business from scratch in e-commerce, like categories like electronics or those accessories which generally we used to get from China. uh, I'm not sure about the supply chain now because there is definitely confusion around that what would happen 3 months, 6 months down the line, because now government and even business men are big skeptical to get anything from China for the obvious reasons. But
Okay.
if that would have not been the case, then people could have easily started those accessories, mobile accessories or electronic accessories easily. It's very easy to outsource. You can outsource from India itself, or you can even get outsourced from China. as long as they do not have a very very high lead time. Now, the third question, which I remember correctly, if I remember correctly, that you asked about the marketers, like how should they approach if
Yeah.
if clients are clients are approaching them, or other way around, that they're approaching clients. So what I felt, see, big agencies. When I say big agency, I meant the agency who are doing great, as well as they have a decent, turnover. So when I say big agency, I mean that I don't consider if you're a very big agency and most of the time you're not even doing basic things. So I don't consider those agency as a big agency. So what happens is, in my experience or whatever little experience I have, I felt that the typical process flow works like this: a client approach a marketer, or marketer approaches client, and they will share that I need this much of revenue. The only difference will be whether they have started, it's an ongoing campaign, or it's a start from fresh. That's one critical difference would come up. They will have a typical conversation like this: I want this ROS and I'm going to spend this much. The marketer would say, yes, we will get you that ROS without even asking a lot of questions, and typically your campaign would start. So, so that's the kind of 70 to 80% interaction I get to hear from a lot of my client or marketers, which I always keep on advising: do not do that. It's better to let a client go than messing up your image as well as the client experience, which ultimately is going to boomerang us all marketers, in this particular ecosystem, because we all are connected. We would say that we have utilized this person's services, and this person has not really done justice to our advertising spend. Second thing, I always practice and preach that ask a lot of question about the business. So for instance, I mean, I remember myself, I think I'm very junior to you guys in terms of digital marketing, though I have around 11 years of experience in different verticals. But I started 3 years back. I came into digital. I literally had no f clue about what the thing is going to happen. And I was like, okay, fine, let's start over. So what since I have worked in Apple, Amazon, where my primary responsibility was into sales only, so I understand sales. Uh, I understand
The
the
business,
emotion
offline
behind.
business.
Yes, I understand the business. I understand the emotion behind it. You'll not push it for just the sake of sales. So I don't do that. So whenever any client approach to me, I have a proper questionnaire in place. I ask them a typical 10 to 12 questions, which would be like, okay, have you worked with any agency? What was their ROS? What kind of budget you have spent? Which is your best seller? Which is your best category? What is your what is your profit expectation, and what is your break even profit expectation? These things are very critical, because I tell you, sometimes people have come up with hypothetical ROS expectation. It's just like they think it's a tomato and bhindi. Okay, I want 10 ROS, I want 12 ROS. I'm like, this is not what it works like
Don't
that.
work
We
with
have
that.
Yeah, we have to be very very objective around that. And second thing what I do, uh, so the second major problem which I faced, which somewhere it's very natural to all of us. I'm very good in Facebook ads, and as well as analytics, and somewhere, let's say, I'm fairly good in Google ads. So my propensity is always about pushing that particular customer in that niche only. So what I feel in Indian ecosystem, particularly, let's say, for example, I'm just giving an example, don't mind, guys. So, for instance, let's say if I know Govardhan is an email marketing expert. So, if someone comes to Govardhan, any particular client, he'll say, "Sir, I'll bring millions of dollars of revenue through email marketing. Don't do these paid marketing stuff." The same maybe Jan, maybe if let's say he's a social media marketing, so he would say, well, sir, I would do Pinterest, I would do Instagram, Facebook, all the stuff. I would do organic as well as paid. Don't do Google ad, don't do SEO, don't do email. And maybe I would also do the same. Or maybe Aman would say, boss, I am a meme marketer. What are you doing? I'm a pioneer, and I would do a lot of things which you have not heard, and it would also give us. So the idea behind is, most of particularly beginners, most of these guys, what they do, whatever expertise they have acquired recently, they would push or pitch them. That is very natural, but they should not project it like it's the only way around or it's the only way out. So that's the second thing I would say, because what happens, whatever skill we are good at, we cannot somewhere we it's the bottleneck for us to realize that maybe other platform can work better. And it has happened we with couple of times that I felt that maybe I push majorly for Facebook, but I felt that sometimes even Google Ads remarketing works wonderfully, and shopping ads work wonderfully. Not in all the cases, but couple of cases. So I have realized this over a period of time that don't push only one thing. Go for omni-channel as much as possible, or multi-channel for that matter. And when you do multi-channel, the third part which I sincerely, I mean, I have spoken to you, Govardhan, the analytics. Oh my God! I mean, when I say we, I'm including everyone. I have seen out of 100 good marketers, something, I'm not even saying about beginners, 95 to 98% people lack in analytics. We uh, uh, we are not able to use Google Analytics or any web analytics tool to its fullest, and that's where there's a lot of game of CRO. There's a lot of game of multi-channel tracking, where we can leverage it and we can utilize it like anything. The third thing which I felt missing in most of the even good marketer, that they'll push their channel and they're not aware about Google Analytics that much. They're just okay with the basic insight that this is the traffic, this is the device, and these are the cities, main cities, and I'm good. These are the bounce ratio, these are the product. That's it. They don't want to go beyond that. But the truth is, analytics. I mean, when I say analytics, I mean web analytics in our cases. It's a huge plus for everyone. I have utilized it like anything. I was just 1 year, 1.5 year, in digital marketing. I've been focusing on web analytics very much. And after 6 months only, I could realize that there is a huge difference between the way I think now. Maybe I am good at one channel, but since I understand analytics, also understand the implication of all other channels. So, of course, I need to know the basics as well. Uh, I need not to be, expert on all the channels, but I understand the basic, and I can actually hire the team or hire the resources or partner with the those domain expert guys to get it done. So essentially, when you're good at one channel plus analytics, it actually make a element of what we call digital marketing. A heavy word I'm saying, digital marketing strategist. So I've seen people who are just 1 year into digital marketing and they'll put it digital marketing strategy. I'm like, okay, fine. So yeah, so these are the three major points which I would say, I would say to everyone that please keep this thing into mind. Besides, there are a lot of tools which helps in web analytics, Google Analytics. Of course, everyone knows. Use Google Tag Manager. It's a very wonderful tool. Use Hotjar Analytics. It helps us to actually, sometimes we
Behavior.
cannot understand. Yes, behavior analytics. We cannot understand what is happening. Why someone is not getting through the purchase. But when we see the recording, I'm like, oh, user is not able to navigate at a particular
Navigate.
point of yeah. So that's amazing. So use Hotjar and use Google Analytics. If your client is good in marketing, I tell you, you can move to next level, because your client knows lot of things. If it's an ongoing store, your client can tell you lot more stuff. Research about the niche which you are doing. Is it seasonal? I mean, ask hundreds of questions. And the last thing I would want to point out, most of the people which I have felt that they will just right away start the marketing, or right away start writing the campaign or running the campaign. I think what I generally do, I tell my client in advance, I'm at least going to take 3 to 4 days, even just to start my first Facebook campaign. I try to do that most of the time, considering some exception. I always tell them that I'm going to take this much of time. Let me create some customer personas and do, campaign according to that. Prepare maybe a ad copy and creative around that. Then only I'll move around. Uh, so these are the couple of things you should be doing, and of course these funnel stages and all the stuff I'll not get into, because as a marketer we all know about that. We should be doing that. And trust me, these things are not theoretical concepts. These things helps. Last but not the least, lot of time what happens is, like in t-shirt, people don't follow much of funnel. They'll just write a campaign and they'll just do remarketing. So a lot of time, like we always say as an experienced digital marketer, that digital marketing, of course, is just a tool with marketing concept. So what happens is, if your market is not impulsive, if your market is impulsive, then you may not need funnel stages that much deliberately or detailed setup. But if your niche or your industry is not impulsive, just like FMCG, for instance, you need actually a full-fledged funnel. Since I have been working with a couple of clients in FMCG, so if you want to learn the real marketing, get into FMCG, because FMCG is gold when it comes to following all the traditional processes. You get to understand the importance of all those funnel stages, which you may never find in those niches which are impulsive, because people will buy or not buy.
Yeah.
So that's the idea. So yeah, I mean, these are the couple of points which I'm, immediately coming to my mind. Sorry if I took more time than I was expected.
Yeah,
Yeah,
real marketing will take time, and when we talk about things, we can't talk in isolation. So it's not like we're trying to talk things in isolation. So that way, that time is very justified because you're exactly sharing your own experiences. So that's quite justified, and that time is very much required also. So I will be talking with Aman now and move on to Jane later. So he's switched on the of the cam. Let me wait for him. Before that, Aman, we are talking about meme marketing. So that's something I came across some memes in social media. I come across some memes and see them. Okay, I kind of like it, and okay, they're good. But what do you think about doing it for a business, for a specific business? Like, how should a business approach this thing, like a meme marketing thing? Like, what type of business are using this already, and how can other businesses take advantage of this? What do you say?
Yeah, like Tarunji already said, it's really important to understand the analytics behind whichever effort we put in marketing. Like similar to like how we do with SEO and we do with paid campaigns, we measure the CPMs, we measure what are the impressions, we measure what are the conversions. Similarly with memes, most of the time, memes does not directly like turn into money. Like they are not meant to bring sales exactly. They are meant to build relation, they are meant to build engagement, and that way, like, it is a part of a funnel. It is a part of a funnel where your audience is engaging with your brand, and then you carry them on and convert them at the end of the funnel. So it's that part of the funnel where you have time. Like for example, there's a business, like there are a lot of businesses who are already using me marketing for them, they're using on Facebook. Like Bewkoof.com is a e-commerce website, and Tarunji might be knowing very well how much they use meme marketing. Like they understood
right.
like the main thing why meme marketing campaigns don't succeed. Almost every one of them, every one of them tried Facebook ads. Every one of them must have tried using memes. This is a new hot trend, so yeah, let's get onto it. Let's do something out of it, but they fail to like get something out of it. Like they don't succeed mainly because they don't understand their audience. Bewkoof.com, Bewkoof is a quite a smart company. They have understood what their audience likes, and depending upon based on those points, they create memes. Such memes
Okay.
that their audience engages, and it resonates with them really well. They don't post around like some weird memes. Like if you can just scroll through their page, you can find out a common genre of memes. So
Okay.
understanding your audience is a basic thing, and while also creating memes, it's someone may feel it's really easy to sound funny, but there is a small line between sounding funny and sounding lame. So we need to keep that in mind. Like you don't want to completely sound like a sarcastic dude, like uh, like who is defaming someone. That is not a brand would like to do. So that's the thing. Like it's crucial while crafting memes, like which templates to choose. That will become crucial. We have to choose templates that won't defame or someone like that won't hurt feelings of your audience. It should be like that, and even on the other side also, it shouldn't be so much like complete, like it shouldn't be like Ramayana or something like that no one can relate with. There should be some matter that they can relate, and does have some humor, lets them think about it, and okay, yeah man, like just something will strike. Oh yeah, this happened with me. That's funny, this brand is doing something interesting. And not like okay, no, this is trying, like this brand is trying to put down someone, and they are trying to do something that's not right. So you have to like find a balance between it. Yeah, for a from a business perspective, memes are certainly like I read it somewhere. These are not exactly my words. I'm just paraphrasing it. Like I read it somewhere. Memes are the language of social media. People come to social media to engage, to have fun. They don't come to like buy a T-shirt
That's
on social
something.
media.
Yeah. Hmm.
I visit Facebook and I don't want to buy a T-shirt. It's other thing that I saw an ad, I found it interesting. I have already engaged with that brand. I trust that brand, and I go on to buy a T-shirt. But my motive behind using Facebook is not to buy a T-shirt. So basically, it is to engage with content, to find something to spend time with, like some yeah, good time. Yeah, I'm just stressed out right now. I have to like spend some good time. Let's see what people are posting. Let's have fun. Let's laugh at them. And yeah, the most important thing is let's share some cool memes that will like my friends will watch and laugh, because memes have like among all pieces of content, videos, texts, like I have implemented myself some pieces of content. Like memes have tremendous shareability. Like people share them like crazy. They
Hmm.
find it a part of their personality. Like for example, if there's a person who is sharing memes, who's sharing great memes, then like there is automatically you will think about, oh my god, that's a cool guy. Like he
Yeah.
shares some pretty great memes.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not creating himself, he's just sharing, but like it creates a like good aura, like good persona. Yeah, I mean,
It
that guy
reflects
like
on
if you
the
visit his
reflects on
Facebook,
the
it's
personality.
yeah. That's the thing. So it has
Especially.
tremendous shareability. So shareability is one thing. Like for example, if you can integrate your brand's message, I have seen Netflix did it with like a show they had. They were hosting. Like there was some lady who was tying something like around her eyes, something like that. So they like there was a message in that, there was a brand message in that. People liked it, people liked the humor in it, and people shared it a lot. So coming on the same thing might have happened with me. Like it's so it was really strange. I have heard about Sacred Games, like it is a show in Netflix, but I didn't go and watch it. Maybe just I got caught up or something. Like I didn't find it so much interesting that I will spend time watching it. But slowly, what happened? My newsfeed started to fill with memes of Sacred Games. Like people were posting memes of Sacred Games. I was like, "Man, what is happening? Why are people so much interested in it? Why are people sharing so much memes of Sacred Games?" And I just went and watched it. So, like simply as that, like it's as simple as that.
So any other brands you think which are like you shared Bewakoof.com, that's a t-shirt brand, apparel
Yeah,
brand. Now you shared one more brand which is Netflix,
Netflix.
is a kind of
Yeah,
entertainment brand. Do
yeah.
you know any other serious brand which is using meme?
Yeah, like one of the most serious brands in 21st century, Gucci uses a lot of memes.
Gucci.
You
Okay.
can, yeah. In fact, let me share you. Let me share with you one fact. Like they launched a premium wristwatch brand. Like they launched a lineup of premium wristbands, and like they pushed memes like crazy. If you can even just go and type in like wristwatch by Gucci memes, you will get tons of them. Like they pushed in a lot of memes using that wristband, and like those were really hilarious. And yeah, it was kind of a success. If such a big brand uses it and uses it again after that, then it's simple, we can assume it was a success for them. Like that is a pretty serious brand.
So, what do you think about getting into meme marketing? If a person wants to get into meme marketing, a digital marketer or freelancer wants to get into meme marketing, what do you think is the skill set required? What do you think? Can you explain
Create
on that?
memes,
No, no,
create
yeah,
memes, like
memes
have
is
fun.
output.
Yeah, like meme marketing is not in itself such a thing like a content marketer. It is like it is a part of a content. Like as there are as videos maybe it is like huge as ocean, but the memes are not like that. Memes are a viable piece of content that you can create. There is nothing like that meme marketing expert. Meme marketing is not all about creating memes. Meme marketing, like there are certain agencies in this industry, like they call themselves as meme marketing industry, meme marketing agency, and they don't create memes on by themselves. The most important thing they do is, like there are thousands and like maybe millions of Facebook pages, they're so much specific about their memes. For example, there's a huge page, sarcasm is a big page, the engineering bro, the something that it is so those are niche focused page. They have a set of audience who are predefined. So what meme marketing agencies do is, they collaborate with a brand, a huge brand who wants to like use meme marketing, and they again collaborate with certain meme pages who already have such an audience, because building an audience from scratch is a time taking task. So they are already having a page who is having all audience, and they will just command them both, be a moderator in between. So that is one role meme marketing agencies play right now. Meme marketers in general, yeah, that can be I don't think that would be in near future. Like I'm optimistic about it, but I like in near future I don't see it as like a cool thing to mention in your LinkedIn bio. Like I am a meme marketer working at Apple. So maybe that's not the case with meme marketing, but yeah, it's certainly a part of content marketing that can be used heavily in social media marketing.
Okay, thank you, Aman, for sharing some interesting insights about meme marketing because it's quite a new thing. Of course, yeah, there is some common sense and creativity attached to it. I could not, you did not articulate that one, but I understand that meme marketing is a quite a creative job. So people who
Yeah, it is.
have that wittiness, that creativity, and that observation towards the whole things around, those guys
Yeah,
can get into this stuff. They can try their
yeah.
hand. So thank you very much, Aman. So coming to
Pleasure.
JNG, I have for JNG I have two questions because there are two areas where uh, I'm interested in talking to him. One is community management, and one is social media marketing. So social media marketing is concerned, like I work for a B2B company. So social media marketing for a B2B has always been a challenge to prove the ROIs to the top management if you're working with that company, or if you are working as an agency, then they're also like uh, directly relating it to sales or directly relating it to the ROI. So how would you approach this? Like how would you answer the top management, or like what should be the approach? There we can relate the measurability part. What do you think about this? Ranju?
So I would refuse to work with such people, simply. That's what, as agencies and freelancers, consultants, we need to be very choosy with the kind of people we work with. And those who don't understand our philosophy, our values, we should just simply not work with them. So if any senior management does not understand the role of social media marketing for B2B, when you're specifically asking, and you're correct over there, it's very, very hard to like pin down B2B social media to their ROI. There are obviously some ways in which you can do this. So, for example, if you are passing around coupon codes to your influencers, or if you are, using URL tracking to on your landing page to do that kind of stuff, that's cool. Like you can do some kind of tracking, but organically to kind of pin down every click, every like, every comment onto your ROI, I am yet to see like a very successful case study on that. Having said that, there's obviously the landing page that you can create, and you can treat that as a lead magnet and do a campaign, which I think our friend Tarun can do pretty well. So doing Facebook ads or Google ads, that's what like the B2B businesses are doing majorly, which is what they should be doing, providing value with case studies and stuff. But yeah, the major use is branding, not just to your own immediate distributor network or whoever is the OEM you're collaborating with, if you're a tech sector, but also with the end consumer.
Yeah,
So again, whenever I think of B2B, I always think of like Intel, because they do a lot of marketing and people are always confused. Yeah, ye kyun marketing kar raha hai? Why is he doing marketing? And the very simple reason is that it's basically creating leverage for you. The more the end consumer knows you, the more he recognizes your brand, the more value that the OEM or your partner is going to, be willing to give to the relationship you have with the product that you're servicing to them. So there's a dual benefit to that, and yeah, I mean the top management needs to understand that those who do, then and there are countless examples, by the way, those who do, but those who don't, and especially I think that's kind of true in our Indian ecosystem. People who are still just taking their first steps, because there's a lot of SMBs who have like heard of social media marketing. Chalo Facebook pe jate hain, marketing karte hain, but they have no clue how they are going to relate it back. And social media is not for everyone that way.
yeah. I agree with you, and I think social media is a kind of thing which gives you a lifetime value, and if you're able to stick to that in a long run, that will help a lot. That's what, and again, like that will position yourself in the mind of customers. That's how you use social media. Generally, that's where people get me. And you rightly pointed out the paid ad things, that paid advertising on social media. I think that's where you can directly relate where that thing can happen. Yeah, thank you, Zainji, for that. And regarding community management, like you have been a part of many groups, and the article which you contributed to hashtag this time edition also was on totally on community management. After reading that article, I could relate a lot, and there are many lessons which I could get from that single article, wherein you talked about dead groups, people with dead people are there, spam groups, or many groups are like that. So there are two important questions here, like for me, for any person who is starting a community, it can be through a Facebook group or through anything else. So, what should be the if you take the example of Facebook groups, what should be that specific steps people should take while adding people, or how do they evaluate? We only have their Facebook profile there. So I did it in my group niche marketers. What I did is I asked for LinkedIn profile now. So I put the link. I go there and see the LinkedIn profile and try to judge something out of it. So what else can be done to evaluate a person who is requesting to join the group, if he's the right fit to the group or not? Can you throw any light on this? Yeah.
Yeah, so the specific question is how to evaluate the people.
Yeah.
See, in there are two cases. First of all, there's a public group and there's a private group now. So in private group like yours, I think it's more to do with your personal relationship with that person, because it's essentially the same as what you would do, the kind of due diligence that you would do as an HR while hiring senior management in a company. So you would
Okay.
not just look at their LinkedIn profile. Of course, everybody's going to pay somebody to make a really nice little CV and then stick it onto their LinkedIn. That's quite possible, which is what people do. So that will look cool and nice. And on top of that, because you want contributors, not passive observers, you would
Yeah.
also go and look at the kind of content that they have been creating, what kind of engagement they have been getting, what is the network that they have on their LinkedIn. So just studying LinkedIn would really help you a bit. Also, the fact that you are getting this person's request to join your group is one case. Second case is that you are inviting this person, which is even more important.
Yeah.
So the moderators, so I think groups like yours, because it says niche, they should be more and more invite only. So that way, what you can do is not just look at the LinkedIn profile of that person, but also meet that person offline. You can have a call with that person. You would know that person for 6 months already before you go and join them. You would be friends with them on Facebook. You can see what is it privately that they are posting, what are their political point of views, because a lot of the times, actually, the kind of content people are putting out, and I've seen like some bad examples of Facebook groups also of digital marketing,
Okay.
where it's very political, unfortunately. Like my friend Aman over here can also tell me that if you are putting out memes in the group, it's just like putting a bomb over there, right? So the kind of people who you have in the community dictates the kind of conversation that it will have. So you need to have a more long-term judgment of people when you're inviting them, or if you're getting the invite, then have not just LinkedIn but also their Facebook analysis. You can also use a basic Google search, especially in a group like niche marketers, to kind of see what is the online reputation of this person. Has he published any articles? Has he been featured somewhere? Is he a person of any repute? Is he on Quora? Etc. etc. When it comes to public groups, of course, you cannot do this kind of due diligence for everyone. And therein comes another problem that you have to kind of either outsource this to your moderators, have a lot of moderators who do this exercise. You can fix the responsibility of one of the people that, hey man, your job is only to do this moderation. You can also obviously put up the questionnaire, which is possible nowadays in Facebook groups, and that's making Facebook one of the top platforms for community management. So this questionnaire serves as a really nice place for you to filter out people. And on top of that, because you cannot personally judge everyone's profile, Facebook has also, I don't know how many of you know this, but it has given some automated rule making within the Facebook groups. So you can
Yeah.
like give a criteria to Facebook, and then the moment somebody sends the request, they should be able to accept based on the responses and stuff. So these are like some due diligence things that you can do to kind of accept people.
Yeah, that's they're really valuable insights, Zainji. I agree with you. And with Teach Marketers, what I'm doing is most of the time I'm trying to invite like now we have around 240 people, and I think I have invited personally like 180 people, 150 or above 150 people. I have invited them. I did not means most of them did not came in because of they asked to join the group, and that way I think. We need to take many steps, and like community building is not an easy thing. Like Facebook group, managing a Facebook group, if you think it's a group, I understood that if you think just it's a group, then you don't give a lot of importance to it. Whereas if you're trying to say that it's my community and I want to care for it, and we all can win-win if we are able to join hands together and support each other that way. So that way, I am also thinking that community. When I started niche marketers, and by this time, I am able to understand that community building is not less than growing a baby or nurturing a kid. That's what I'm able to now get into that mode of thinking right now. So, um,
Absolutely. And
so
not just that, like I think just one more point I want to add to that is that it's very important for us as the admin or moderator to also then filter out people once they have been accepted.
yeah,
Because your responsibility does not just end over there. There are a lot of spammers who do manage to pass through all those filters. So, and they will use this group not just to openly spam. Obviously, you will be able to detect them and you can remove them at your will. Or they're like fake profiles out there, or people who become extremely inactive over a long period of time. You want to increase the engagement of the group. You want to remove them. Facebook gives you tools for that also to check like who's the least engaged member and stuff. But there are some people who will use these kind of groups to also DM people. I've seen examples of that. Like,
yeah,
right, it's not going to be detectable on your radar as an admin directly, but you need to like kind of make your members aware. In fact, within Pushstart itself, we are all, I think, part of that group. There was this scam which happened a couple of years ago, where initially Pushstart was like just growing, and everybody was getting introduced to everybody. Nobody knew each other, and there's this one guy who was a scammer who would go around talking in DM to everyone and requesting money from them, and pretending to be some really big PhD scholar. And people actually paid him money, and then he never returned that money, and some scam like that would happen. So people need to be alert on their end, and as an admin, it's our responsibility to kind of like act on that ASAP.
Yeah, got it, got it. Yeah, many possibilities are there. Both the sides of the coin. We need to be very careful about it. Yeah, we don't even know like मेरे से भी पैसा ले लिया, मेरे दोस्त से भी ले लिया, हम दोनों को पता ही नहीं चला, दोनों का उड़ गए, उसके बाद पता चला यार तुम भी दिया ना, मैं भी दिया, गया
Yes,
पूरा.
yes, it's pretty common nowadays scamming in Facebook groups.
Yeah, it was really see like in this session I'm able to learn a lot. Especially when I'm talking about Facebook, you told a lot of tools are there for group to manage a group. Like many automated tools are there. Yeah, we don't really. We are just scratching the surface and we just talk about the functionalities and we say we are an expert. But when I talked to you, I understood that I'm not into social media marketing much. But I after talking to you, I understood that there are many more tools people are this Facebook is providing or any other platform is providing, and we need to explore and try to experiment, and it takes patience and time, and we need to do that, or else definitely we will never be able to leverage the advantage of the platform, because Facebook is so clever that they update themselves every day. That's the reason they're grown like that. Every time they want to improve. They see customer is at the focus, and like we are all trying to make it. And in future, I am seeing that they're trying to monetize groups also. Is that a news? Did you have anything about that?
Yes, there have been talks about monetization for the last 1.5 years. They have experimented with such kind of things in a couple of groups in the United States. In India, we are not sure. I don't think they have done that as yet. But yeah, it would be something really crazy, because since the last 2 years, in any case, it has been Facebook's agenda to kind of push the organic reach for groups as much as possible. They have decreased the
Page.
Facebook pages. They give more preference to groups, so more and more people are getting engaged in the communities, and the moment they start monetizing this resource, that will be like, I think, saying that they will double their revenue is like kind of underestimating it. But we see a huge impact, and it will happen. Of course, at some point it will happen in one way or the other. Maybe not the same ads that we see in our newsfeed. It could be more admin regulated advertising. Let's just put it that way.
Okay. That's quite interesting to hear about it. And but there might be a other side of the coin also. We don't know like what's awaiting for us, like for admins and for the group members also.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for group members, I don't know. Admins would need to have some kind of policy that, hey man, if I'm earning $1 million, I'll also like kind of distribute this. But I don't think democracy is there anywhere properly nowadays. So we don't know. At least I hope to implement something like that if it happens.
Yeah, always share what you can. Okay, Jainji, thank you, and it's quite insightful with you. So I think we had quite a good session, like 45, 50 minutes, more than 50 minutes, and it was really, I felt it was really valuable time and all. And some people, if anyone has a question, I'm asking a final thing. If any question is there, we'll take up and we'll just wrap it off, because this
So
not
go
a
ahead.
webinar type of this thing.
I would
Hello.
have one question from Jen. I wanted to ask because
Okay.
he is very much into social media, particularly I think the both paid and organic aspect. So see, now there was a line from I think Seth Godin that we marketers spoil everything or everyone. I don't know. He overuse it to an extent that nobody use it, or if somebody use it, we don't really care that does this person mean that. So now I have seen a trend that you should go for storytelling. Okay, whenever you write anything on social media, and what I felt, let you just leave the Facebook. I'm talking about LinkedIn nowadays. That everyone was like छोटा बच्चा था, struggle किया, and उसको job मिला, job छोड़ा, फिर उसने अपना dream pursue किया, then finally he become a successful person in whatever skill. Everyone has their own personal yardstick to this, but that's fine. So, I mean, I would love to know your take on this. How would you see? we always say that, as a marketer, we have to stand out, separate ourselves from clutter around. When everyone is a storyteller, how do you differentiate? Okay. And then my second follow-up question would be, I don't do storytelling. I think out of 100, if you've checked my post in Push Start, you will see I only focused on very, very specific data points. Okay, I don't do storytelling, though I can do. I can write a bit, but I don't do because I feel like everyone is doing that. I should not do. And that's how we interpret even as a fashion. So this one line I wrote back, I think 15 years back, that if everyone if everyone is full of fashion, or everyone is trying different things, and then I'm just not trying anything, I'm a simple person. So isn't simplicity become a fashion by definition? So what take do you have that if everyone is a storyteller now, how do you differentiate yourself in social media, be it any platform?
That's a really nice question. Actually, I get this question a lot, and it comes from a deep-seated insecurity that, as a creative person, you would always have, and you should have actually, because the day you say that, you know, when you stop having this question, basically you're a dead storyteller. Because as so, one of the things you said initially, so there are a couple of questions. I'm just going to mix my answers for both of them.
Yes,
So the first thing you said was Seth Godin said that marketers spoil everything, which is kind of over exaggerated, obviously. But what he really means to say is that if you show people a trick, they will so overuse it that then
yes,
the novelty of it kind of dies down, right?
right.
And that's true with what you just said, that now LinkedIn is the new Facebook, and I start seeing people's story. Like there's this woman who's on my LinkedIn, and she keeps banging on about her 8-year-old son. Every story kind of like starts with that. My 8-year-old son is doing this, and today I learned this lesson of life from him, and this and that. Her personal, and she gets a lot of engagement. By the way, she's like a top management in one of the companies, and I think we all see this kind of stuff. So first of all, I do approve of that. However, having said that, there's a danger, as we said, that it will get spoiled, and then in fact, in Pushta the other day, there was some lady who's like a really good LinkedIn marketer, but she went on a rant that, hey, I'm an expert at branding, but then why do I see all these people who all want to say that they are branding experts and they are all creating stories around this? So the simple answer is nobody's going to say that I'm not an expert, right? It's a hyper competitive world. The scenario we are in now, it's a social media world, and when you say you are social, it means you are human being. You are talking to another human being. And for the longest time, unfortunately, we have tried to copy the West, which means tried to be too professional, wearing the tie to the office and wearing the suit and boot, everything. That's not going to happen anymore in the startup culture. People want to address you with the first name and stuff, and that kind of reflects on the social media as well, where people are happy to talk about their personal life, which they should as creatively as possible. So, first of all, that's my opinion that it should happen. Now comes the question: how do you differentiate yourself as a storyteller? So, I have passed a link here in the live chat, not maybe in this backend interface, but anyone who sees the post live on Facebook later on. It's a nice little course by Pixar. They are the masters of storytelling, in my opinion. Right? We have grown up watching their animated movies. So they've created this small little course. It's free of cost on Khan Academy. You can go and see how they actually go and do the entire process of thinking about the character, to doing the storytelling, to doing the lighting, to doing the animation and the final rendering. And it's a very nice little process in which they've explained this. And couple of insights you get out of that is that as a storyteller, you can never be complacent, as I said. Like you don't need to follow the trend. Quentin Tarantino has a speciality in which he doesn't, his unique style is basically to copy everyone else. And he does it so well that it's become his style. Every shot in every movie of his is basically a replica or some kind of a copy from some olden movie. In fact, he's seen so much content that he can like kind of contextualize that. At the same time, there's somebody like Terrence Malick. I don't know how many of you are again familiar with these directors. So there's Terrence Malick who made famously the movie Tree of Life. He has a very different style of going about things. Again, if you come back to India, you have Karan Johar. He's a storyteller, and you know that his movie is going to be about NRIs. At the same time, Anurag Kashyap is going to create hard-hitting subject movies. At the same time, I don't know what's his name, Shetty, some Shetty, who
Rohit
creates
Shetty.
Rohit Shetty. His cars are going to come flying into his movie, and there's going to be like two, three actors. So you establish a style with your storytelling. So if Aman is, let's say, a meme marketer, he was being very humble actually in the beginning, but I would say it's his style. If I go to his profile, or I don't know how much he's like been doing this, but if I go to his profile and if he says he's a meme marketer, I would expect that, buddy, whatever you say, you just don't put any long form content at all. You just like put a meme as a reply to everything. That's you as a person. Yeah. So if that becomes like your style to talk in memes or in long form video content or long form text content, and even if you're writing the textual post on LinkedIn, because honestly that is what really gets the engagement, then there also you can have a style. Like you don't need to follow the standard template that everybody needs to begin with a personal story which is about crying or stuff. You can be starting with always a question, or maybe you always start with, let's say, something, and then you always end with a particular quote that you have, which only you can say. You become famous for your quotes. So you make a library of like 5, 10 things which you say you are really specialized at, and whatever story you are saying, you're always going to insert that. Or you are a Seth Godin fan. I know Pranav, who's another digital Vidya trainer, and a lot of his content, when I'm reading about, he's very humble. His style is that he always begins and says something like, "Hey, I'm not the master of writing, but I think this." His style is something like that. It's very disarming. At the same time, he always uses Seth Godin quotes every now and then. He kind of like worships him. It's become his style. So I'll just leave it at that. That like first of all, it's a good thing. Everybody's doing storytelling, and it's always been like that. Very competitive world out there. Everybody's going to be a storyteller. So how are you going to differentiate yourself with your style? So just pick your style, stick to it, and you'll develop it over a period of time as you keep telling stories.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. And there's a link, by the way, to the Pixar. Anybody who's forgotten, there's a link on the live to the Pixar Khan Academy course on
Yeah,
storytelling.
I just gone through it. Yes. So yeah, it's really something like I think we can go on for 2 hours. I am very sure about it because when people who are into same professions to understand that language come together, there can be a endless possibility, endless discussions happening. So we will keep this alive for coming sessions and all, and we will. I'll be showing you. I'll share my screen now, and I'll show you that how can people download the hashtag too. So you can also do it. So if you're able to see the landing page, 1 minute. Yeah. You're seeing my browser now.
Yes.
Did the page load?
Yes.
So this is the last week launch page. We just I'm replaying it once.
Is Govardhan audible to you?
No.
Govardhan, you're not audible.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah, it's audible right now.
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah. So this magazine totally we covered few interesting topics, and few contributors were Jayan Siddiqui, Tarun Kumar, and Aman Agarwal. And in this magazine, I tried to cover few interesting topics. One thing is like one new email provider who came into the market, and he want to charge $99 per year for not promoting ads and all like Gmail and all. So that's one thing which is going to be game changer or what for the future email marketers. That's one question I had and I put there. And LinkedIn's feature find an expert. So I think this feature freelancers can utilize this feature. So when they put this feature, LinkedIn is trying to showcase maybe the premium people who are having the services to their profile. Right now, I think not all the accounts have this functionality to add services to their profile. And there's a tool like how to remove backgrounds of the images. There's a simple tool on internet, and also Canva Pro also allows that. I put it there. Then uh, I wanted to spy on Neil Patel, Brian Dean, and Harsh Agarwal, how they build their websites, what tools they use. So there's a tool for that. Then an article by Tarun about Mind the Cart e-commerce thing. So he gave quite few pointers, and Aman has talked about the world of memes, meme marketing thing. So there also he gave us some tools and all. And coming to the Jane's article about community management in the time of Corona, but I think it's applicable for all the time. It's a bit lengthier than what we thought, but it was fitting, and I actually published that one. You can have a thorough reading on that. And freebies of the week, there are some freebies like a blogging course by PitchGround, and some resume builder software, they're giving it free. And there's some influencers software, they're giving it up free. And AppSumo, there's giving a free book, which is free ebook, which is how did they build a multi-million dollar powerhouse. And some free courses on Udemy. I am not trying to list out courses which are talking about digital marketing basics and fundamentals. These are some interesting courses which are right now free. So people who are looking at this magazine can take it. And there's a lifetime deal for a software. So one of the niche marketer has actually posted this, and there's one workshop coming up, and some upcoming digital marketing events. So we had one event, one webinar in the week end of this week. That will be by Siddharth Bharadwaj. He is working with Dr. Reddy's, and he will talk about crisis marketing, revised digital strategy post COVID. And he will also take through us the case studies of Domino's and Uber. How are they navigating this Corona marketing thing? And at the end, we have the contributors' contact details. You can approach them. And if you want to contribute to the magazine, you can click on this. You can email me, or you can click on the WhatsApp link to become a contributor. And you can also finally subscribe to hashtag. So this is what is the magazine all about. So we're trying to cover some simple things, but which will not consume a lot of space and a lot of time. That way we are trying to do that. So hope you enjoyed the way the magazine is put and your articles are there. So final words, any final words, Tarunji and Aman?
Where do we get
I think,
this? Govardhan?
Yeah,
yeah. So
you
when are we getting this?
this will be, you can just I'll be sending this as a emailer to you, and you can download it from here itself. It's right now live. So right now I have shown this now. I think initially when I was speaking, the voice was not there. So if you go to this page that I shared the link over here in the chat box. So if you click on that link and you click on that, you enter your email name and email address and
Okay.
name, the email will land into your inbox with that download link.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Fine. Yeah. So I mean, I would say I always love to interact with marketers, and particularly those people who have worked a bit in the industry, because it's always fun talking to them to share your success as well as failures and learn from their success and failures, which actually make your I mean your time is spending worthwhile besides of course the obvious networking part. So yeah, I always have loved any gathering, even 3 4 to 10 20 people, as long as one can come conversate comfortably and you can connect with each one of them individually. So yeah, I mean it's always so today I connected with Jan and Aman, so I'm going to be in touch with these guys for as long as uh, it takes. So yeah, I'm really happy. And anyways, Gordon, I've been in touch with you. So yeah, I mean, I'm a kind of person I always get in touch with my connects, friends, whatever you may say. So it's a good to add a couple of more people in my list of marketers whom I would definitely love to have a second thought with whatever things I have going on in digital marketing. So yeah, it's a great day for me.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Any final words, Aman and Jainji?
Same feeling, man. Always good to connect with people, and I think in the time of Corona, these live sessions, whether it is for Digital Vidya of a gentleman like you inviting us to these kind of chats, is the only way we are getting in touch with people. So I'm very thankful for any kind of human contact. Uh, so yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this. Loved the knowledge that Aman has given and Tarun has given. Would love to stay connected with them, and to all our viewers, if at all there were any, I hope you all enjoy this session.
Many people, I think, they left right now. In Facebook, there
Exactly.
were few people. There's not a very long notice. I just announced this yesterday only. So yeah, but this is available as a recorded version. So I think definitely people will be watching it after some time.
No, definitely there would be.
Yeah. So, okay. Thank you, Zainji. Aman, anything? Any final words from you?
Yeah, same here. Like sharing the like being in the panel with all three of you, like you are the real pros. So yeah, it's a great feeling. Like I have a
Nobody
bit
is
of
pro.
knowledge in some weird stuff. Like it
Aman,
was great
nobody is
sharing with
pro.
you guys.
Aman, nobody is pro here. I'm telling you. Trust me, nobody is pro here. This line has a
I've heard you
strong
guys. Like
marketing.
I get the feeling. I get the feeling of a pro from you all.
No, no. Everyone is a pro or nobody is a pro.
Actually, see, it's a never-ending thing in digital marketing.
Exactly.
What excites me is you can't say that I know everything. So every day is a new interesting journey. You keep on exploring. You can't stop. That's one thing which I like about marketing and digital marketing as a whole thing. In social media, everything you every day got something new to explore. That's the advantage. So you can't say you are a pro. You are always in a pro in progress. Nothing more than that.
That sounds good. I'll steal that from you.
It could be a meme, Aman. Pro in
Yeah,
progress.
yeah.
Okay, thank
Right.
you very much, all. We'll be trying to have some more sessions individually also. I will reach out to you people where we can try to do a webinar or something like that. So this weekend also we have a webinar on crisis marketing. That's from coming from person who is working with Dr. Reddy's. So that can be a valuable webinar, which again may not be for all the audience, but definitely I'd like to invite you to that webinar. Thank you very much.
Sure, sure.
Okay, then bye. Bye, everyone.
Yeah. Good night,
Yours is
guys.
Bye, guys.
right.
Bye, guys. Have a
Yeah.
great day.
Bye bye.